Hi everyone, how are you? Welcome back to Australian Citizenship class on YouTube, episode 34. If you've made it this far, congratulations. You're well on your way to acing the Australian Citizenship test. Today it's time to talk about Australian values, the final chapter in our study guide, Australian Citizenship, Our Common Bond. If this is your first time watching, I'm Angie, English teacher and adult migrant educator in Adelaide, South Australia. I make videos to help you learn about Australia and get ready to ace the Australian Citizenship test. Check out the subtitles in 40 community languages below. I want to say a special congratulations to the people who have contacted me to let me know that they have recently passed the Australian Citizenship test after watching my videos. Amazing work. Australia is lucky to have you, and I wish you all the best in your life in Australia. Okay, let's get into today's episode. Episode 34. Today's episode is taken from Part 4 of Australian Citizenship, Our Common Bond, Australian Values. We're going to have a look at the Australian values on page 34. Remember, to pass the Australian Citizenship test, you must answer 5 out of 5, or 100% of the Australian values questions correctly. If you fail any of the Australian values questions, it's an automatic fail, even if you answered all the other questions correctly. This shows how seriously the Government of Australia wants all citizens to understand and embrace Australian values. Okay, let's take a look at the first 2 Australian values. Commitment to the rule of law. All Australians are protected by our laws and legal systems. How many Australian laws can you remember? If you haven't already had a look at episode 32, now would be a good time to review some of the main laws in Australia. This is a question you may be asked about in your citizenship interview. Australians recognize the importance of laws in maintaining a peaceful and orderly society. You may find that Australians are not afraid to speak up if they see someone not following the law, especially if it involves the safety of vulnerable people or animals. The same goes for social norms such as queuing. Queuing, or lining up when waiting for a service or item, for example, bank tellers, public transport, shops, or bars, is a strong social norm in Australia, reflecting the cultural values of egalitarianism and fair play. Cutting in line is considered very rude and may lead to confrontation. Under the rule of law, all Australians are equal in relation to the law, and no person or group is above the law. If you feel that you or someone you know has been treated unfairly under the law in Australia, there are places you can go for help, such as the Australian Human Rights Commission, your state's legal service, police, or the Fair Work Commission. In Australia, everybody should obey the law and not break it at any time. Otherwise, you will face penalties. You should follow the law even if no one is watching. Australian laws apply to all people in Australia. This means, regardless of your background or culture, you must follow Australian laws. Parliamentary Democracy. Australia's system of government is a parliamentary democracy. We've discussed parliamentary democracy in previous episodes. Our laws are determined by parliaments elected by the people. This means that Australian citizens are involved in how the country is governed. The power of the government comes from the Australian people because Australian citizens vote for people to represent them in Parliament. Voting is compulsory in Australia. This shows the importance of participating in elections. Let's say the key words together. Commitment to the rule of law. Follow what the law says. Parliamentary democracy. People vote for the government they want. Let's have a look at a practice test question. Australian laws apply to A. Those who have entered Australia on a valid visa. B. Citizens of Australia. C. All people in Australia. The correct answer is C. Australian laws apply to all people in Australia. Remember, there are Australian government resources that explain Australian law in simple English. I'll include links in the description section of this video. Each state and territory has legal aid and legal centers where you can get legal advice on matters such as immigration and visa issues, such as trying to sponsor family members to join you in Australia. Employment and workplace matters, such as underpayment of wages and excessive work hours. Civil and family law issues, such as housing problems, domestic and family violence, debt and consumer issues. Traffic offenses, such as speeding and red light camera fines and traffic accidents. That's it for today's video. If you have any questions, please write them in the comments section. I'll do my best to help in any way I can. If you found this video helpful, please click on like and subscribe to help me grow this channel. This will also help you see when new episodes are ready to watch. See you in the next episode.